Hey. This might seem like a weird intro, but this essentially what's happening here is this a direct continuation of the previous VODs. Because I just noticed that my internet connection is getting really bad for some reason, and YouTube was starting to lag out. So I decided to end the stream and start a new one. And because of that, not only that, but I decided to stop streaming on Twitch also, because between Twitch and YouTube is my top priority above all else. So here I am. Now then. Continuing. I just finished HS12 and now HA13. Neural Labyrinth. A guest out of nowhere attempts to break down the memories of the lowest layer. Boom. The preliminary processing of the Shevenia's chaotic neural clouds is finally complete, thanks to Mailing and Dandelion's hard work. What follows is a neural cloud backup to the Elmus servers after a sorting process. Thank fucking God. At least we have the Shevenia with us right now, right? The problem is Helen. Who knows how long ago Helen got captured by the Mengi security personnel or whatever other cooperation they have with them. Who knows what else she went through. Mailing breathes a sigh of relief when the progress bar for the backup reaches 100%.
このバックアップさえあれば安心して整理を続けられます。スオミ殿、パチルダ殿。
Shevenia suddenly turns to the two companions by her side, eyes filled with determination.
座標を手に入れ次第、我は DP12 を探しに行く。あの声、我が探し求めていた仲間かもしれぬ。一人では危険です。勇者は危険を恐れない。マグニセキュリティに戻ってメンタルをリセットされても、癒して殿が復活の呪文を唱えてくれよう。なら私も行きます。同伴者がいた方が協力し合います。どうせマグニを探らなければいけませんし、いっそこのまま潜入して面倒ごとを一気に解決した方がいい。だったら私も一緒に。二人だけじゃやっぱり心もたないです。いや、スオミさんはここに残ってください。今の戦力だと帰ってこられない可能性が高い。だから少なくとも物資をコミュニティに持ち帰れるように一人は残るべきです。でも
Swami, I understand your concerns, but honestly at this point, I really feel might be the best plan for now.
コミュニティの修理作業は私とロザリンが担っています。そして私の素体は一番普通の民生用モデル。いくらでも替えが利く。ですがドゥシェーブヌイさんはメンテナンスも素体のトラブルも私がいなければどうにもなりません。今のコミュニティに必要なのは戦える人形です。私が行った方がより確実でしょう。コミュニティの貴重な戦力を無駄にすることもなくなります。
now seemingly free of any intention of changing her mind, Batilde pats Suomi on the shoulder. Shevnaya too gives the two dolls what she believes to be a cool, knightly salute. What do you mean what she believes to be a cool knightly salute? She's not sure herself.
勇敢なる同志たちよ、我に任せるといい。せめてトラッカーだけでも持って行ってください。これでいつでも位置がわかるようになりますので。
Maylin takes out two hidden snap buttons from a tool and gives them to the two dolls.
バックアップはちゃんとエルモ号にありますので大丈夫です。でも危なくなったら無理せず撤退してくださいね。素体を大事にしなかったら私も修理をお断りしますよ。
Okay, alright, Maylin. Let me just put my iPad charge, hold on. There we go. Also, I think I should... Let's say just put up. No, actually, never mind.
その時は小隊を派遣して迎えに行く。予備の素体ならエルモ号にもまだ在庫がある。
What do you mean we have backup frames for the Shevnaya? Wait. I didn't knew that. I didn't knew we had backup frames for the Shevnaya Batilde on our inventory. How do you even get one of those?
新品の素材ですか。それなりに値が張るでしょう。
When did we prepare something like that before?
私は古いやつで大丈夫です。コミュニティの貯金では新品2つ分を賄えません。スオミさんのお友達は私たちの仲間も同然ですね、指揮官。
That's right, Maylin.
まあどうしても気になるのならエルモ号の仕事を手伝う形で返済してもいい。人手はいくらでも欲しいからな。メイリンもメカニックが増えたら助かるだろう。
Yeah, then that's why she doesn't need to do everything by herself.
はい、バチルダさんがいてくれたら徹夜の頻度も少しは減るかもしれません。
See? Now instead of just one, we can have two not paid workers on Elmo.
私もメイリンさんのお仕事を手伝います。いや、メイリンさんのだけではありません。必要があれば何でもやります。
She's so eager to help.
よかった。これで仕事は全部人形コミュニティに投げていいよね。
No. That's not how it works, Macti. Besides, technically you don't work for... No, actually you do work for the Elmo, 404 currently at least. But I don't think Kluke will allow that to happen.
404の仕事もお願いね。
God fucking damn it, to sleep with people.
なんだよ。向こうがいいって言ったんじゃん。404は指揮官を追ってる連中に対応するわ。それから拠点と栄養税を探すことも。彼女たちにそんなことやらせるわけにはいかないでしょ。少しぐらい夢を見させてよ。最近ずっと追い回されてるばかりで全然よく眠れない。あれ、エルモ号は今追われているのですか？
Oh yeah, we haven't explained anything about that to them. I completely forgot about that detail.
話せば長くなるが、 どこかしばらく身を隠せる場所があると助かる。
Oh god, now that I think about it, they probably doesn't know anything about what happened in Libya. Imagine how awkward it would be to just go to them and then try to explain, oh yeah, so anyway, there was a giant hole in the sky in the green zone, and then we are kinda... that has somewhat something to do with us, kinda. And now we are probably the most wanted group of people, anti-dolls, around the entire URNC government. So, but don't worry about that. Nothing new about it.
それなら力になれるかもしれません。
Honestly, I feel kinda bad. Should they really drag the doll community into this? Swami sits up straight, as if she just remembered something.
私たちは仲間や資源を集めるためにイエローエリアのいろんなところを探索しました。指揮官たちが隠れられるような場所があるかもしれません。
Oh, okay, no, never mind. This is actually much better. We are not necessarily resting inside the doll community, just perhaps somewhere close to it, which probably will not necessarily entail us having a connection to them, which then will entail that is not necessarily going to put them in danger. At least I think so.
ただ探索記録はコミュニティの内部情報なので、外に共有していいのかはお姉様に聞いてみないと。
Well, either way, we still promise that you would help them protect the place, right?
でも指揮官のおかげで助かったから、お姉様もきっと許可してくれると思います。
それじゃあスオミに頼もうかな。
Suomi and the others quickly finish discussing their infiltration plan for Mangi's security. Right before they depart, Malin approaches Batilde, insisting on giving her a frame checkup, like what she did for the others. The Chevenai and I go to the Elmus rooftop helipad, as we wait for Batilde to be serviced. She gazes into the distance in silence. Billowing dust obscures the horizon, making it as blurry as our unknown swaying fate. I think it's more than about time that we actually finally had a heart-to-heart session with the Chevenai, right? She went through so much after all. Her and Helen. Man. I'm really worried about Helen. I was about to say I hope she doesn't suffer too much, but she probably did, right? Considering that it's the conglomerate.
指揮官、汝は運命の導きを信じておるか？
The Chevenai speaks softly, without turning to face me.
遠く離れた星々もいずれ巡り合うものだ。
運命か。
だが TP12 の名前を思い出した瞬間から我は運命を感じていた。過去の記憶がなくとも大事な人であることはわかる。汝のようにな。我のメンタルに深く刻まれているのであろう。
The Chevenai turns to face me, her crystal clear eyes fixed intently on mine.
だからグリフィンのことを少し教えてくれぬか？
Memories of a distant past surge into my mind, unhearted. The first to surface, unfortunately, are the memories of all the political power struggles that I detest the most. I let out a long sigh on instinct to suppress the negative thoughts. Those in power remained in power despite the Griffin's restructuring. They merely shifted from a decadent system into another complex, colossal monstrosity.
グリフィンは嫌な場所だったのか？
No, 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 no. You misunderstand, Deshevinaya. No, 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 no.
いや
I shake my head and throw off my extraneous thoughts, allowing my voice to take on a more relaxed tone.
いい思い出もいっぱいあった。ただそれも全部遠い昔のことだ。たとえ仲間たちと再会できても。
果てしない旅の終わりでかつての同志と敵対するよりは。
Deshevinaya tilts her head, seemingly remembering something. Her expression turns alarmed.
まずい、それは最悪な状況だ。マグニセキュリティは敵であろう。まさか我は本当は指揮官の宿命の旧敵なのか？
No, 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 no. No, no, no. It's nothing like that, Deshevinaya. You really don't need to worry about it. It's just... Man, everything must be so confusing to her right now, doesn't it? Like, she doesn't remember anything, but at least it seems like she still has some... What should I say? Remaining feelings to it, you know? But the these feelings are the only things that she has to guide her. Because of that, everything must be so confusing to her.
錯綜する運命、交差する結末。
考えすぎだ。
I interrupt her wild rambling with a light-hearted laugh.
私たちは仲間だ。もちろん、DP12 も。
I look towards the faraway skies, then sit down with Deshevinaya. We watch the sunsets on the horizon dark together.
時代の変化なんて予想できない。でも、私はとっくに知っていたはずだ。グリフィンにいた頃、私たちはあくまでも盤上の駒だった。DP12 に会えたら、私の代わりによろしく伝えてくれ。
But why should I even ask her? Ask her what happened in the past decades? It's if she's still willing to return to my side. It sounds rather conceited of me. Springfield and the others have been following a tacit agreements the past few years to forget the bad of the past decades as much as possible. If only we could return to the social atmosphere we had in Griffin. That would be the best.
ああ。
Deshevinaya gives me a spirited nod, pulling me back to reality.
必ず DP12 と再会しよう。星はいずれ巡り合う。
Deshevinaya shines under the glow of the setting sun, her smile imbued with radiant, warm innocence.
ただいま、指揮官、KSVK ちゃん。
I'm scared. I'm scared about what I am about to see. Helen's voice rings out in the cozy feeling room. As usual, she returns home after a day of work. A bag of recently purchased dinner ingredients in town. The soft lightning illuminates the commander, who quietly sits on the sofa holding a book. Hearing DP12, he looks up, flashing her a comforting smile. As for KSVK, she has perched herself on the coffee table, a silly smile adorning her face as she stares into the picture frame. Hearing DP12 enter, she bounces into her embrace, eager to be spoiled. The sense of comfort feels just right. Helen hums as she unpacks her groceries with practice motions. Today is yet another day for her to cook her signature dish again. One special dish, refined through countless experiments. The ingredients she brought today, too, are top-notch. That's right. Everything is perfect as it is. We all know what's coming. We all know what's coming because I assume we all have seen Helen's trailer. We know what's about to happen to some extent. Helen picks up a tomato, yet her fingertips sense something out of the ordinary. Were tomatoes always this smooth and spherical, yet always so cold to the touch? Someone knocks on their door right at this moment. Eurocloud soundtrack playing. This isn't the door knocking that comes from a visiting friend. Those are heavy, irregular, emotionless thuds. Every knock feels like a hammer upon the depths of her neurocloud. All coziness drains from the room in a single moment. The commander's smile freezes on his face, as if he's wearing a cheap mask. KSVK, still wearing a silly grin, begins to stiffen in her movements like a marionette devoid of any free will. Their necks slowly swivel to turn their hollow, pupilless eyes to the door in unison, fixing their gaze on the repeatedly pounded door. As the knocking grows louder and louder, the cozy wallpaper begins to peel off, revealing the icy cold metal wall beneath. Gaps on the walls leak with black petroleum-like liquid data. The overhead lamp emits a few clicks before going dark completely. Only the ominous red lights leaking through the gap of the door remains in this world. Helen crushes the tomato in her fist. It breaks. What comes out isn't tomato juice, but a number of tiny metallic diner gates. They crawl out of the cracks, rapidly turning into an alien code in an instant, vanishing from this world. The grocery bags fall from the table. The items within scatter across the floor, turning into more diner gates who swarm all over the place, invading everything. The commander and KSVK dissolve into specks of visual noise before disappearing entirely. What remains is the picture frame that the diner gates have knocked over. The photo within depicts Helen, KSVK, and the commander, smiling as they stand together for a picture. Helen picks up the broken picture frame, staring at the commander and KSVK as their faces burn, as though consumed by a flame. He watches as they fade, twist, and eventually turn into blinding, cold whiteness.
またですか。
Helen looks at the door, still being knocked on. Her gaze turns sharp and icy.
セカンダリレベルの過去データを改ざんしても私を騙すことはできません。
The enemy steadily invades Helen's level 2, making attempts to launch a deeper attack on her core data. She channels her hash rates, stopping all attacks from breaching past her level 2. Helen walks to the door. Surprisingly, the knocks grow quieter and quieter as she approaches the door.
私からは何一つ奪わせません。
At least it seems she's resisting somehow. Alright, let's bring just Helen here. I know she's not supposed to be
予
a
定地点に到着。
damage dealer. Oh, we have Entropics even. Well, I guess it makes sense because it did appear during her trailer. There were eyes in the virtual sky that she was in. Let's do
お
this.
静かに。了解です。
And then kill the Entropics.
制圧します。
The other Goliaths, they're probably going to attack her, but since she has a shield, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Okay, then we go here. You know what, let's use her ultimates just for the sake of visuals. No, actually never mind, she can't use her ultimates here. Probably because she doesn't have any allies. In that case.
制圧します。
There we go. There we go. Almost there. Almost there. There we go. Easy. DP12 is engaged in combat with foreign invading code within her level 2. A cold, emotionless mechanical voice cuts through the chaos. The voice of a human is heard the next second. It reaches DP12's auditory module without interference.
久しぶり。いや、初めましてかな。
Part one.
KSVK。
Part 1 is almost like a horror movie. I guess I am just starting to get into the horror segments of this. Welcome to the stream, Bonkers Mac. DP12's eyes snap open. What comes into view is not foreign invading data, nor is it the fake room that DP12 was in. A cold, dimly lit doll storage room greets her. She lies within an open hibernation capsule. Leontine stands right next to the capsule, looking down at DP12 from above.
いいえ。私の名前は DP12 です。
Her memory module loads instantly. DP12 rises to sit up straight, calmly letting Leontine's gaze as if the recent fierce battle within her neurocloud had never happened. The redhead is back. She is, and she's a fucking bitch.
私にとってはしばらく会ってないだけです。昔とそんなに変わっていないみたいですね。
I wonder why exactly they are keeping her though. Because if they were so quick to try to decommission KSBK, why they didn't try to do the same with DP12? Well, I guess I'm gonna get the answer to that soon enough. Probably.
お仕事の方はどうですか？目元にクマがあるようですが。
Look at her trying to rage bait even in this situation.
メンタルはリセットされていないようだな。
Lantine pays no heed to her teasing.
財団は必ず何か仕掛けてくると分かっていたので、対策を用意しました。
DP12's lips curve into a taunting smile.
本来の予想ではバックアップさえ残っていれば、私が KSVK としてマグニセキュリティに戻った後、たとえメンタルをリセットされても、あなたなら復元してくれると思っていました。
Oh, I see.
お互い協力し合うために。
So that's what's happening. Okay. So not that much of a bitch. She's still a bitch, but not that much of a bitch, as I initially thought. She obviously has other intentions. She's not doing this out of kindness to Helen right now, but still. Middle of part 1. Sorry. Oh my god, I hate the stupid heart thing that YouTube has. There we go. Middle of part 1 will reveal quite a bit. I see.
そうすれば KSVK ちゃんはマグニの追跡から逃れられます。私も全てを調べた後、あなたの協力のもとで彼女を探し出すことができます。ですが、そうはならなかったようですね。
There will be more information soon. I see.
リセットされた KSVK も DP12 も私にとっては使い物にならない。
簡単に私たちを見捨てるのですね。
財団がこの件を追うかどうか分かるまで私が手出しする理由はない。
では、なぜ今私を起こしたのですか？あれだけの時間が経ってなおかつ進展がなかったのですから、もしかしてまた私の力が必要に？
Lantine pauses for a moment, as if she's carefully considering what to say next. Lantine doesn't trust the doll in front of her, but she can't deny that right now she is in need of someone who would do her best to process intel for her, while still remaining a discardable pawn if discovered. See what I mean? Still a bitch, but not that much of a bitch. This doll is undoubtedly the best choice among all the individuals Lantine had considered. They share the same goal, and in a certain way, Lantine believes that so long as she holds enough bargaining chips, this doll will never be able to betray her. Finally, it spits out a piece of information that induces a change in DP12's expression.
あいつに会った。
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to take a reaction out of Helen.
指揮官ですか？それは本当に重要な情報ですね。
あいつはこの10年間身を潜めて再起のチャンスを待っていたのか、あるいは極秘の任務にでも身を投じていたのか、そう思っていた。だがどうだ、蓋を開けてみれば賞金ハンターになり下がっていた。
Oh my god, what's up with Lantine's expression? what even is this expression, man? Why she looks... He looks evil, but at the same time kinda goofy.
そして今やロレンの指名手配犯と来た。
Oh yeah, he's wanted? What's the new about that? Is that any news? Is that supposed to be news? Oh, the commander is hunted by the government. Again! Wow, massive news, Lantan. sorry.
お言葉ですが、あなたは指揮官に期待しすぎているのでは？
You also don't really guard any, don't really hold any of your punches, do you, Helen?
人間は複雑な生き物です。時には妥協することも選ぶでしょう。私は指揮官がどんな道を選んでもその選択を尊重します。
私にはお前の方が盲信的に見えるがな。今のお前は私の人形だ。わきまえろ。
もちろんあなたのことも信用しています。そして私を起こしたということはきっと私にしてほしいことがあるのでしょう。昔だったら指揮官や財団の情報収集だと思いますが、今はどうでしょう。
Yeah, how long has she been here?
それともこれはマグニセキュリティのお仕事ですか？
相変わらず気持ち悪いほど察しがいいな。掃除の仕事をいくつか受けたが、詳細の一部は隠蔽されている。文字通り死ぬほど働いてきて未だにこの扱いだ。カラミティもいい加減上の連中には失望している。
だから状況を打開するために私を随分と期待されているのですね。今回は見返りに何を用意してくれるのですか？指揮官の居場所だけではとても足りないと思います。
KSVK のメンタルバックアップだ。以前消される前に私が勝手に保存しておいたものがある。
Did you? Really? I don't really trust that. But if it's true, that would indeed be very helpful, especially with KSVK's memories.
さすがですね。
それが欲しければ私に協力しろ。
もちろんです。
A smile returns to DP12's face.
指揮官の居場所と KSVK ちゃんのメンタルバックアップ、見返りとしては十分すぎるほどです。
DP12 tilts her head, looking towards Lantine with a gaze that almost seems curious.
ちなみにですが、もし今度指揮官に会えたら、あなたは指揮官に何を聞くつもりですか？
お前には関係ない。
My god, what the fuck is Lantine's problem? No, seriously,
ご
I
安心
really...
ください。
Oh, look how
危
cute
険
she is.
は排除しました。
I really want to understand though. Because... I can... How can she be just so obsessive towards this one guy, to which I assume she never spoke with before? And yet, he somehow seems to occupy... seems to be like the origin of her obsession, the object of obsession to her. To go to this far, to go to this extent just to gather some information on him. What the fuck is her problem? Jesus Christ, man. Man, it's so difficult to be this popular, huh? The day we see Lantine talk to the commander is going to be one hell of an event. It definitely will. Scorching sunlight bakes the earth, the air twisting and distorting ever so slightly from the unusual heat. Among the collapsed factory buildings stand the Chevinaya and Batilde, whose figures seem tiny against the backdrop of the massive steel graveyard. The whirling winds whip up sand and dust, howling mournfully through the ruins as though lamenting the fate of the desolate buildings.
座標の近くに到着しました。マグニの部隊を確認。拠点を襲った時よりも部隊規模は明らかに上です。
Batilde reports their observations through an encrypted comms channel, her voice slightly distorted by interference. Suomi hides within the shadows of an abandoned building, positioned at a safe distance behind Batilde. He watches Mangi Security's every move through a shared drone camera feed. Suomi zooms in on them. A team of well-armed soldiers waits quietly at the retrieval coordinates, the cold, steel muzzles of their guns reflecting the blinding sunlight. Every single one of them rightfully bears on their armor an abbreviation of a company name: Mangi Security.
こんなに増援が全部デュシェーブヌイさんを迎えに来た部隊ですか？
どうであれ、今回は逃げません。
Batilde, hidden behind cover, speaks in a lowered voice.
物資と資源がないせいで、今まで仲間たちが休眠状態に入るのをただ見ているだけしかできなかった。そんなのはもうたくさんです。ドゥシェーブヌイさんと一緒に今回の潜入は必ず成功させます。
険しき道だが我は恐れぬ。
Yeah, whatever she said. The Chevinaya joins the conversation, proclaiming her determination in a tone different from Batilde's.
勇者たる者、犠牲になる覚悟はとうにできている。
二人とも犠牲になるようなことは避けてくれ。
Yeah, please, I don't want to see any more suicidal attempts among my dolls right now, please.
私たちの目的は奴らの信頼を勝ち取って情報を得ることだ。一時の感情に流されてはコミュニティを救うことはできない。マグニセキュリティは私にとっても敵だ。まずくなったらすぐに救援を送る。
そんなことをしたら台無しです。武力を行使した時点で信頼を得る可能性はなくなります。雲行きが怪しくなったら交渉してみます。
I don't know about that.
私はともかくドゥシェーブヌイさんさえ送り込むことができれば。
わかりました。そうしましょう。
Man.
交渉が失敗したら私たちで何とかします。
A squad leader in full combat gear hurries into the command room within Mangi Security's encampment. He salutes the man studying a map before a sand table.
ロニー副司令、陣地内に怪しげな人形2名を発見。
Lomi.
前に戦った連中か。
Oh, this guy.
問答無用だ。
The long lashes guy. The weirdly long lashes dudes, right?
命令は皆殺しだからな。廃品回収しに来たわけじゃねえんだ。
The young squad leader looks towards the entrance with apparent hesitation. The grumpy geezer. Yeah, that one.
いや、それが1名は元マグニセキュリティだと主張していて、復帰したいんだと。
は
Holy shit, that is an expression. Loney raises an eyebrow as he recalls the transfer order from his superiors just hours prior. The conglomerate's woman, Pakun, had temporarily appointed his team as reinforcements under the pretext of recovering some lost doll. He doesn't really understand why she would be interested in some long-lost doll, but right now, he just really wants this mission to be over and has no intention to dig deeper into this. Big mistake. Big mistake. You have no idea what you're putting yourself into, Loney.
確認は取ったのか？
はい、間違いなくマグニセキュリティの資産だった人形です。登録名称は DP12。
Surrounded by a horde of muzzles, Batilde and Shevnaya raise their hands up in surrender. Their weapons have long been confiscated, so their only choice is to wait for their judgment. Reminds me of Pavel's expression in that one CG in Robella's events. I don't know if I remember the expression though. Fuck, I wish I had a better memory. But I think I know what moment you were talking about, I just don't remember the sprite, sadly. An opening presents itself among the muzzles that surround them. The soldier's commanding officer walks through with impatience, stopping before the two dolls, the car scene. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, this one. I found it. This one. Yeah. Oh man. Pavel. I hope he's doing well. I hope he's doing well at this point.
DP12。
Loney frowns as he sizes up the Shevnaya.
見た目が資料と違うな。
書体は私が交換しました。
共有された報告書と一致しています。
The main security squad leader flips through his terminal.
DP12 は目が覚めたらメカニック人形に修理されていたと供述。しかしメンタルログが不完全でマグニセキュリティに関する記憶を失いしばらく放浪。内部通信の呼びかけに応じて合流しに来たのですが、メカニック人形も一緒に加入させたいとのことです。
人形がお仲間ごっこか。
Loney sweeps his gaze over Batilde for a moment, his eyes taking on a cold shine.
お前、どこかで見たような。
Please have bad memory. Please have bad memory like me. Please.
やっぱり前に邪魔した連中だな。
Fuck!
敵対するつもりはありません。
Batilde spreads her hands wide, doing her best to make herself look as sincere as possible.
私の持ち主は電化製品修理店を経営していましたが、亡くなりました。それ以降、汚染エリアを放浪しています。
Oh no. Oh yeah, the situation doesn't look so good, but it's still salvageable, I think. Maybe. It's not good, but it can still be salvageable.
私たちは 安全な居場所が欲しいだけです。受け入れてくださるのならお互い無駄玉を打たずに済みます。
何様のつもりだ。うちは劣等人形なんかごめんだ。
Sending in civilian dolls for espionage is risky as fuck. Yeah. Yeah, it is. But what I'm more worried about is that she's a civilian doll. She's not an elite one, so not only I don't see why they would accept taking her in, as well as I don't think she would be able to properly defend herself if things start to go wary. Luckily, we still have Suomi hidden somewhere in case things go bad, but still.
マグニに入っていい人形は一流の中の一流だけだ。お前のような旧型は。
私はイエローエリアで長く過ごしています。対生きむくろ戦や不測の事態への対応力には自信があります。もちろん修理は大得意です。人形、大型機械、家庭用の電化製品、何でも直せます。DP12 だって私が直しました。
Good one. Good one. Actually, good one.
なんでもね。
Lonnie's eyes roll in contemplation. Then he lifts his chin at his subordinates, indicating that they should make way.
そこでエンストしてる車、30分以内に直せるか？
当然です。
20 minutes have passed, but Tilt emerges from under the jeep, spanner in hand. He closes the jeep's bonnet, opens the door and motions for Lonnie, who is currently taking a rest nearby, to inspect her work.
どうぞ。
Lonnie raises his eyebrows. He motions for one of his subordinates to get in the jeep. The jeep starts without a hitch. Lonnie looks back at Batilde, sweeping her frame from head to toe. A quiet hump escapes his nose.
まあ、使えなくはなさそうだな。
他にも修理が必要なものがあれば言ってください。
いや、いい。
These guys don't have people to repair this? I mean, they probably do, right? They just are not as competent as Batilde, perhaps. Lonnie addresses his subordinate.
こいつと DP12 も連れて行く。お前らちゃんと見張ってろよ。回収に失敗したら
Fucking go!
全員
Let's
首が飛
fucking
ぶから。
go! Let's fucking go! Let's go, Batilde! Let's fucking go!
ご安心を。逃げたりしません。
He ignores Batilde. An impatient wave of Lonnie's hands rapidly summons a few Mangi security members over. They surround Batilde and Chevinaya and escort them away. Lonnie watches the dolls get taken away, then turns his gaze back to the squad beside him, still waiting on standby. Oh, for fuck's sake, he's gonna plan something.
何もたもたしてんだ。早くこのエリアを一掃しろ。
Oh, never mind. never mind.
尽力していますが、抵抗する人形の数が想定を大幅に上回っています。
じゃあなんだ。この辺に闇ブローカーやら他の勢力がいるってのか。
その可能性は高いかと。
こんなゴミみたいな場所に連中がいるわけねえだろ。とにかく言われた期限までに任務を終わらせろ。
はっ、すぐに次のエリアへ進行します。
Ah, thank God. Thank God, things seem to be working fine on their side. As the Manga security squad carries out their mission, the clarion call to battle is sounded once more. The sound of gunfire, explosions, and the clashing of metal begin to echo through the wilderness once again. Team Groza emerges from the shadow of a ruin, reporting their scouting efforts to the Elmo.
指揮官、マグニセキュリティがルシエベヌイとバチルダを回収したわ。また新たなエリアを攻撃してるけど、介入する？
スオミ、そこにコミュニティの仲間はいるか？
いえ、お姉様がみんなを連れて離脱しました。でもこれ以上深く入られると、もしかしたら。
ならどうにか追い出す必要があるな。この辺で活動している生き袋は？
そうですね。思い出した。あの辺に生き袋の巣穴があります。
Alright, let's go. Let's send them the animal zombies.
よし、巣穴の位置をマップにマークしてくれ。
Let's you. Wait, okay. Here's a thought. If we drag a zombie animal, essentially, that's pretty much what the Aelids are at this point. If we drag zombies to a location, can be that considered as biological terrorism? No, not terrorism, biological attack. Maybe, right? Possibly. Would that be illegal? No, actually, yeah, it probably is illegal. Maybe that's somewhat equivalent to sending a dirty bomb or something.
グローザ、巣穴に向かって生き袋をマグニの位置へ誘導してけしかけるんだ。
Like hitting someone with a cancer bomb or something like that. Send them AIDS smoke bombs or something.
こちらの存在を悟られないようくれぐれも注意してくれ。
了解。
No, actually, I think Aelids are more comparable to nuclear weaponry, right? Since they emit radiation and stuff. Okay, let me see. Groza?
ここよ。
He said an Elmo doll, so let me use the classic. Okay, Groza, Krolik. Why not? And Nemesis. And plus, oh no, actually, Mekti, Kluke, and let's pick Nemesis. There we go. Kluke. Sadly, you essentially fell out of the meta just a little bit, but we're still awesome at clearing trash. At least I think she fell out of the meta. I don't know what. I'm not entirely sure what is the current corrosion team meta. Now that Pietusa has released. Good job, Mekti. Good job. Nemesis. Ah, fuck. It's too far away for her to be able to hit. Damn it. Ow. Mekti, please do the honors. Oh, I need to activate the devices. Right, to attract the Aelids. Where is... Oh. Okay, and action. Which... Oh, I see.
訓練の成果ね。
消去
Go here. Nemesis, you're so slow. Actually, I'm not even going to bother to wake her up. Let her sleep a little bit. Bum, bum, bum.
消去
And turn. And now, finally.
訓練の成果ね。
Easy. The Almo soon receives a report of success from Groza.
指揮官、誘導は成功よ。イキムクロとの交戦でマグニセキュリティはかなり損耗した。現在撤退中。
ドゥシェーブヌイたちの方は？
バチルダさんとドゥシェーブヌイさんからメッセージです。これから本部に帰還するようです。やった、成功ですね。
For now, let's not get too happy at this point. There is still a long way to go. Tuomi jumps up and down in excitement. Oh, she's so fucking cute. Hugging Mei-Ling, who happens to be nearby. She's so fucking cute.
ありがとうございます。メイリーさん、指揮官、グローザさん。
So cute. Fuck. Sorry. Focus.
あとは2人次第だ。
でも、やっぱり心配です。バチルダさんの状態は良くないですし、ドゥシェーブヌイさんも信頼してもらえるかどうか。きっと大丈夫ですよ。今の状況だって予想よりだいぶいいんですから。
なあ、少なくともその場でメンタルをリセットするようなことはしなかった。今は信じよう。
I pat Mei-Ling on the shoulder.
これはドゥシェーブヌイ、そして人形コミュニティの未来のためだ。
どうかうまくいきますように。
確かに危険な役割だ。だが何が起きてもエルモ号は必ず全力で2人を助ける。
はい、今回は本当にありがとうございます。
She's so cute. Fuck, man. Tuomi bows deeply to me, then straightens her body before looking into my eyes intently.
コミュニティに帰ったらお姉様に指揮官のことを説明します。エルモ号に必要な資源や臨時拠点の候補についても相談します。
ああ、いい知らせを待ってる。
Back here now. Returning to main security, Lonely immediately reports the completion of the retrieval mission. He receives the following order: stand by and await a notification from the conglomerates, who will be dispatching dedicated personnel to collect the doll.
上の連中、最近おかしくないですか？第三世代人形の配備はシブルクスして、こんな旧型の回収にご就寝で。
トラ奏者の依頼だ。下手なことは言う。
ああ、子会社の。また財団系の仕事ですか？
Who's worse, Lonely or Lantine? Ooh. Fuck, good question. Because Lantine, I don't know what exactly are Lantine's intentions, you know, so it's hard for me to say. Like, she is indeed very stubbornly obsessive towards the commander, but we are not entirely sure what exactly she plans to do if she ever meets them face to face. While Lonely is much more straightforward. I feel like Lonely is a much more simple character. Like, he will receive the mission, he will try to complete the mission as fast as possible. He's a bit arrogant, he's a bit short-tempered. I think Lantine is worse. I'm gonna take a gamble and just say that Leontine is worse simply because of the possibility that she could be worse than Lonely, but I'm not entirely sure. Richie boy problems versus decades long found. Exactly. One-sided long found.
そういえばリビューの件、いろんな噂が飛んでますよ。
I think Lone is a much more simple character, so far from what we have seen yet. While Leontine has the possibility of being much worse still than what she presents herself as.
例えばホワイトエリアではかねてから危ない放射線の実験を繰り返してたんだとか。
科学者の考えることはわからんな。
Lonely shrugs, seemingly unwilling to say more on this topic.
それよりお前は目の前の仕事に集中しろ。
Pussyfoot? Who the fuck says pussyfoot?
確認が必要な場所が予想より多い上に変な人形の集団にも出くわしたんです。ここから先はやはり増援を。カラミティ隊は最近暇なんですよね。こういう面倒事は連中に押し付けた方がいいですよ。
Wow, what awesome colleagues.
あの女は簡単に利用されるような玉じゃない。むしろはめられないように気をつけるんだな。押し付けた方がいいのが同意だ。
心外だな。
Speaking of the devil, Leontine, who had appeared near them at some point, leans against the door frame with her arms crossed. Her eyes emit a cold shine.
その行動作戦を上へ申請したばかりです。結果はまだわかりませんが、あなたがいてくれたら心強く思います。
Yeah, whatever you say. Bozo doesn't even have a proper face. Only has one sprite. The main security squad leader shoots Lonely an awkward look. But Lonely deliberately turns his head away from the gaze of his colleagues.
その件についてだが。
Leontine walks in, stopping in front of the squad leader, acting as if Lonely were invisible.
こっちは手一杯だ。他の仕事を受ける余裕はない。
イエローエリアの相当任務です。そんなに時間は取らせません。
My god.
相当ね。どうだか。
Leontine's lips curl into a mocking smile as she slowly turns her head towards Lonely.
リビウの爆発事件以来、上は研究のことを隠すのに必死らしいじゃないか。
Also, she is aware of that.
いいだろう。合同作戦に応じよ
う。本当ですか。ではまだ確認していない座標を。
Leontine changes the subject before the squad leader can finish his sentence.
その代わり、こっちも手持ちの仕事を誰かに任せなければいけない。交換しないか。
Can they really do that?
いや、そちらの任務だと難易度が。
The squad leader shoots a pleading look at Lonely again. This time, Lonely responds by closing his eyes, clearly unwilling to offer any help. Oh my fucking god, this guy.
なに、こっちも指定された場所の相当任務さ。
Talking about throwing someone under the bus. Jesus fucking Christ, Lonely.
この座標、イエローエリアですね。こちらの持ち場以外にもあったとは。
どうして私がまだ出撃していないと思う？
The squad leader's face turns deathly pale.
せいぜい頑張りな。仕事を交換したくなったらいつでも教えてくれ。上から来た仕事は絶対だからな。
A knock comes from the office door, right at that moment. A woman of calm demeanor walks in. Don't tell me it's Cocoon. A gentle smile is worn on the doll before her, yet the smile does not reach her eyes. That is definitely Cocoon. Yeah, fuck, I lied.
トラ奏者およびセシト&ファルベングループを代表して任務の進捗を確認しに参りました。
Lantine's eyes instinctively narrow at the unknown doll who has just arrived. Her seemingly harmless expression does not lower Lantine's guards, not one bit. Any doll who can barge into Mangi security by herself as a representative of the conglomerate is likely to be a third gem doll. Recalling what past intel explained about third gem dolls, Lantine senses that Cocoon's arrival will inevitably stir trouble.
第三世代人魚。どうしてここに
Loney finally turns his head back and looks directly at Cocoon. He reports on the mission progress.
今日追加された任務、登録名称 DP12 の開始を完了した。19番倉庫に置いてある。
ありがとうございます。私自ら彼女のメンタルリセットプロセスを管理します。
Lantine takes a small step forward, such that she is now walking in front of Cocoon. Bold, must I say?
ちょうどいい。案内する。
あなたはレンティーヌ副司令ですね。ご協力感謝します。
私の知る限り DP12 は廃棄されてかなりの時間が経っている。マグニセキュリティの方で奴の座標を受信したことも財団には報告していないはずだ。なのにどうしてそれを知り間髪入れずに回収命令を出した？
それは私も知らされておりません。
A faultless answer from Cocoon, with not even a slightest flicker of emotion.
私はベライフェル様の命令に従うだけ。
しらじらしい。廃棄された人形がトラ奏者の役員に注目される理由は何だ？いや、注目しているのは財団か？
好奇心旺盛なのはいいことですが、ベライフェル様が何を考えておられようと、私やあなたが口を出す権限はありません。
The Chevenaya is bound to a workbench in the middle of Warehouse 90, awaiting her fate in silence until the steel doors groan open. Hearing that, the Chevenaya lifts her head on instinct to look at the figure approaching her. A doll with pink hair. The Chevenaya knows that she has never seen that doll before. Fragmented records within her neural cloud surge into the Chevenaya's mind the very next moment. The blurry scene of a blown-up research lab overlaps with the warehouse before her eyes. A blurry figure lifts her from the fiery ruins. She keeps yelling something. The image of the blurry figure keeps superimposing and intertwining with the smiling woman in front of her. Huh. But they don't seem that much alike. Well, at least not in the arts. No, that doesn't feel right. The pink-haired doll's gaze with those impassive eyes, reflects absolute malevolence and coldness. It is not the gaze of the individual whom the Shevnaya misses dearly, but all she needs is the name. As long as she reads out the name that she yearned to confirm day and night, she will be able to set everything straight. The name rises from the depths of the Shevnaya's neural cloud, rushing to her lips like a sob suppressed for too long. It slips out.
DP12.
An ominous feeling stirs in Lantine's chest as she hears that familiar name. Lantine makes a move to stop Cocoon from hearing too much. She raises her eyebrows, walks in front of Cocoon to block her line of sight and interrupts the Shivnaya. Bold. Very bold again. Definitely not suspicious.
素体を変えたのか。見た目が全然違う。
Imagine someone, like, out of fucking nowhere, just steps in front of you and blurts out something completely unrelated to any topic you have conversed so far. Or maybe you guys were not even talking to begin with. And then with just dumb, stupid, blank expression, just tells you something unrelated. So fucking awkward.
そうですね。識別コードを確認しましょう。
我のコードは DP12。
私を覚えていないのか。前に一緒に働いたことがある。
いや、覚えておらぬ。
これだけ時間が経っていれば、メンタルログが欠損してもおかしくないか。
Sounds like we need to imprint her back up. Her back up. Come on now. Cocoon smiles as she continues to stare at Lantine, who is currently conversing with the Shivnaya. She speaks the calm, gentle tone she is known for.
あなたにとって印象的な存在だったようですね。DP12 は。
They do have the same voice actor, don't they? Cocoon and Helen, I mean.
私は今までの同僚全員を覚えている。ま、面白いやつに限るかな。
なるほど。記録によれば DP12 はグリフィンの情報処理テストで優秀な成績を収め、それを理由にマグニセキュリティに引き入れられました。あなたの記憶に残るほど有能だったのですね。しかしその後のイエローエリアの任務でブージャムに飲まれてしまった。あなたはかなり惜しんだのではないでしょうか。
人形一体が壊されただけだ。惜しむも何もない。
Lantine and Cocoon are a deadly combo. Do you think you would last a 8 hours flight if you have to sit between Lantine and Cocoon? Do you think you would survive that? I think I would die from the awkwardness.
むしろトラソーの方こそ10年近く経ったというのになぜこいつにこだわる。
それはあなたにとってそれほど大事なのですか。外部の人間なのに随分と財団に関心を寄せておられますが。
Yeah. I start to think that it's becoming increasingly more risky for Lantine to keep trying to pry more information out of Cocoon like this. Like, she's good right now is reaching a point that she's becoming increasingly more and more suspicious. I feel.
財団の一員になるお考えでも。
Unless?
雇い主のことを知れば働きやすくなる。仕事のうちだ。
Okay. A somewhat safe answer. Lantine answers Cocoon fearlessly. Ignoring Lantine's attitudes, Cocoon smiles and takes a few steps forward. She turns her gaze to the workbench behind Lantine, examining it with great interest. The Shavenaya returns Cocoon's appraising gaze with a look of perplexing. Cocoon only takes a moment to look at the Shavenaya's eyes and brain. A red glow lights up within her visual module. The next second, signifying the completion of a long-range scan. Lantine watches Cocoon closely, but she does not intervene like she did before.
もう一度識別コードと所属の確認を。
コード DP12 所属マグニセキュリティ。
Cocoon crosses her arms, fingers tapping rhythmically on her forearm. Oh no. She cocks her head in doubts, but her uncertainty only lasts a second before disappearing into thin air. Cocoon puts away her smile and turns away, calmly walking back to Lantine's side, as if she lost all interest in the Shavenaya.
何はともあれ、急な追加依頼にお答えいただきありがとうございます。
No way Cocoon would believe that's my thoughts exactly.
しかし DP12 は同じく廃棄された人形 KSVK と出撃したことがあります。安全面を考慮してメンタルリセットが必要になります。
Ah, man, not this again.
こいつは今マグニセキュリティの資産。リセットしたいなら相応の手続きを踏んでくれ。
我々の依頼にはリセットも明確に含まれています。
Cocoon intentionally places emphasis on the words clearly.
依頼だとしても手続きは必要だ。規則は規則。今までと変わらない。
Cocoon turns her smile to Lantine, yet Lantine does not back down at all. Lantine is very bold, isn't she? She's very, very bold. I don't know how much she knows about the conglomerate's activities, but I think she might know just enough to know that these people are quite of a threat. These people are not trustful, are not deserving of trust whatsoever. And not only that, she's employed by these people on top of everything. And on top of even that, she's facing a third gem dog. She's very bold. She's very, very bold to act like this towards someone who not only is in a position of power much higher than her, but it also, as a third gen dog, could just, I would imagine, easily get rid of her, and maybe wouldn't even have too much trouble in messing some sticks around to make her evidence disappear or something. I admire you, Lantine, to some extent, but I still think you're a bit of a bitch. A moment of silence passes. Cocoon turns to leave.
では申請後にもう一度お伺いします。
Sounds of her rhythmic footsteps move away from the warehouse. Growing quiet, Dushevinai still stares blankly in the direction that Cocoon had left, as if something within her neurocloud just got pieced together before disappearing into thin air again.
どういう経緯でここに来たのかはわからないが、これだけは覚えておけ。お前のメンタルはすでにリセットされたことがある。
Lantine's icy voice drags the Chevinaya out of her daze.
KSVK がお前の本来のコードだ。マグニのデータセンターにあるお前と DP12 の資料が密かに入れ替わっている。自分を見失うな。そしてこれをむやみに言いふらすな。
TP12 はどこだ？
Chevinaya's voice is hoarse, to the extent that she is unable to keep up with her usual way of speaking. Of the Chevinaya.
まさか今の人形が彼女を見たら懐かしい気持ちになったのだ。彼の身代わりとしてメンタルをリセットされ、今の人形になったのか？
あれはお前の探してる DP12 じゃない。
Lantine interrupts the Chevinaya's train of thought without any hesitation.
トラソーが人形一体にここまでこだわるのは異常だ。誰かがそうさせているとしか思えない。
Lantine looks in the direction that Cocoon left. It falls into a bout of contemplation. Could it be her? It does happen to be a doll with a rather tenacious drive to win. Chevinaya suddenly speaks, interrupting Lantine's thoughts.
我は仲間を探し出す。
Lantine shoots an icy gaze at the determined doll for a moment, and nods subtly.
私は DP12 の協力者だ。本物に会いたければ言うことを聞け。待機状態に入れ。余計なことは喋るな、するな。お前はただ待ち続けるだけでいい。
Everything is going as Lantine predicted. With DP12 as bait, he managed to make the Chevinaya wait obediently in an environment alien to her, following her instructions. Finding KSVK undoubtedly means having an extra bargaining chip, and I can't read fast enough.
任務完了。みんな
For fuck's sake, VODs, watch me. Help me. What did the text say? Finding KSVK means having an extra bargaining chip in her dealings with DP12. There we go. God, I hate when the game does that. What time is it? Ah, it's fine. Continue. Late at night, at Mengi Securities, they commissioned items warehouse. The unpleasant smell of machine oil and rusted metal saturates the air. Nikita digs through a pile of decommissioned doll frames, guided by a faint tracking signal. Although the Almo did report a successful infiltration, Nikita can't help but worry about the dolls. The quiet pile of doll frames in front of her resembles a mass grave, containing nothing but decommissioned frames. I can only wonder what it must feel like for the dolls to see other dolls in such a state. Like, okay, imagine try to put yourself in her position. Like, you walk around and then sometimes you see others like you. Some people, like, you see a bounce, you see like a whole mountain of corpses, and the people that order you around don't think much of it. You may walk into a laboratory and you see like what is essentially some form of, I don't even know, like a highly developed fetus, I think, being prepared for the next human, quote unquote. Or you might see another body of someone being opened and messed around with. Like, Or you may have another colleague called, I don't know, maybe SopMod, that has the habit of collecting parts of other quote-unquote humans like you to examine and play around with. How do you even feel about that? Like, do you just accept it, or there is some underlying uneasiness about everything? Or Battles? Yeah, she probably got thrown around here, didn't she? Just as she begins to suspect a fruitless search that compels her to return, a faint clatter of a falling components rings from a corner of the warehouse. Nikita instantly goes on high alert. She quickly points her weapon in the direction of the sound's origin. A doll carefully emerges from behind the pile of doll frames that hid her, illuminated by dim lightning. A huge gash is present on her waist. Her limb seems to have sustained varying degrees of damage. Oh my fucking god, what they did to her. Nikita confronts the doll with her gun. A moment passes before the doll puts away her wary expression, seemingly have recognized something.
私はルシェーブヌイさんの仲間です。
あなたがボスの言っていた。
The air of tension finally eases after the two dolls confirm each other's identities and IDs. Nikita looks at Batild's battered frame and frowns.
ボスからの知らせを受けて、早速あなたたちを探しに来たのですが、潜入したのは2人だとボスから聞いています。なのになぜあなただけがこの倉庫に？ルシエブヌイは
A bitter laugh escapes Batild's lips as she recalls what happened.
マグニセキュリティに戻った後、連中のリーダー格は何かの命令を受けたようで、ルシェーブヌイさんだけを連れ去りました。私は一緒に行くと言いましたが、連中は私の話を聞くどころか、そのまま私を撃ち、ここに捨て去りました。
I see, so that's what happened.
私みたいな民生用人形じゃ、ジャンク品の倉庫がお似合いということでしょうね。まあ、むしろ動きやすくなって都合がいいですけど。
It's always shooting dolls. Yeah, it is. Man, even after all that efforts to bring Batild with her, to bring Batild along with the Chevinaya to the main security office, he still ended up being thrown away like this. Thank fucking god the kid is here though. Otherwise I'm not even sure what else could it be helped would happen to Batild.
なるほど。ここまで来たのはいいですが、あなたもかなりの損傷を受けているようです。先に修理を済ませましょう。
Matilda gives her neck a good stretch. She knows she shows Nikita the tools she has on hand.
幸いパーツだけはたくさんあるので、最低限の修復はすでに済ませてあります。
Okay. Batild's voice sounds hoarse and distorted due to her damaged vocalization. She notices Nikita's worried expression and shakes her head.
行動に支障はありません。そもそもこの組対はもともと大して戦えません。動いてくれればそれでいい。 ここに来た以上組対を捨てる覚悟はできています。何かあったらそのまま私を捨ててくれて構いません。
Facing Batild's calm expression, Nikita does not speak further on the matter. Instead, she changes the topic to their mission.
ルシエブヌイがどこに連れ去られたのか知っていますか？
Batild shakes her head, her voice brimming with helplessness.
いえ、通信がつながらなくなって追跡もできませんでした。DP12 を見つけるより先にドゥシェーブヌイさんのメンタルがリセットされそうで心配です。
それならまだ大丈夫かと。マグニセキュリティが財団のために動いているのなら KSVK のメンタルにはまだ財団にとって大事な情報が残っている可能性が高い。財団の大物よりも前に彼女を探し出せばまだ間に合います。
当てはあるのですか？ドゥシェーブヌイさんは DP12 として回収されました。その線をたどれば相手の素性を探れるかもしれませんが。
その通り、識別コードが入れ替えられていたことが大きな手がかりです。記録では KSVK の識別コードはすでに廃棄から稼働中に変わって所有権はレンティーヌにあります。言い換えれば KSVK の識別コードを持った DP12 は稼働状態にあるということです。
ということは相手と接触することができればドゥシェーブヌイさんの状況も確認できると。
素性がわかるまで迂闊に接触しない方がいいでしょう。
心配はわかりますが、私はまずドゥシェーブヌイさんの安否を確認したいです。
And it's so sweet that she cares so much about her teammates. But at the same time, I feel kind of bad for her for being dragged into this whole situation. She, like many others, still has no idea how big of a problem she's about to get herself into.
私は廃棄された人形をたくさん見てきました。ドゥシェーブヌイさんが回収されたことに対して嫌な予感しかしません。
いいでしょう。もう一度データセンターに潜入してみます。ただ私の権限ではクラッキングを仕掛けないと手に入れられない情報もあります。
リスクは？
How obviously.
ありますが、なんとかなります。電子戦ならリバの支援も得られるでしょう。
Oh, so Lev is helping us also? Okay, that's awesome. Now I feel a little bit more relieved. Nikita connects to Mangi Security's database once again, skillfully hacking into bypassing the defense systems. She quickly makes a discovery while browsing through the archives.
KSVK の回収はトラソーの依頼みたいです。少人数で実行したあたり、おそらく公にしたくないのかと。あるいは依頼自体がフェイクである可能性もあります。
依頼が出された時間はエルモ号で謎の通信を受信した時間と同じです。まさか本物の DP12 が財団の名を使ってこの依頼を？彼女もドゥシェーブヌイさんを探しているのですか？
No, wait. That's a bit too much, don't you think?
可能性は低いと思います。DP12 の所有権を持つレンティーヌはかなりのやり手です。彼女の率いるカラミティ隊も名の知れた実戦部隊で、彼女にとって人形は道具に過ぎません。そんな人が DP12 にそのようなことをさせるとは思えません。
だったら 誰かが DP12 の生存を知って本物の DP12 を探しているということですか？目的は最初から本物の DP12 と。
Is it bad the Lantine is renowned? Maybe? I mean, it depends, right? It's like, I think it depends on the context. If she with us or against us is more precisely. I mean, if she's against us, then yeah, it is a bad thing, because that would mean she's quite a, she could be quite a threat to deal with. But if she's with us, then that's a very good thing. But I don't think I think she's leaning more against us than with us. I think. I don't know. Lantine. I'm not entirely sure why she does what she do. You know, that's the big issue here that I have with her. I already brought this up when trying to compare Lantine and Lonely. Lantine, there's a lot of things I don't understand about her. I don't really understand why. What exactly is her motivation? I can't be entirely sure if she's an ally or enemy, or... I don't know. I don't even know why she... For now, let's consider that it is kind of a bad thing. But it can be good depending on the context.
そう推測するのが妥当でしょう。しかし DP12 は消息を絶って久しい上に公式の記録では廃棄とされていたので、それでも彼女を探そうとしているということは、そのものは DP12 と深い関係を持っている可能性が高いです。
When Nikita tries to make a further attempt at decrypting the mission client info, the terminal screen suddenly turns red. Error alerts popping without end. The level 2 of both dolls get instantly invaded through the connecting interface.
気をつけて。見つかったようです。
For fuck's sake. The endless malicious code segments weave into a giant net, and the game did that thing again with the text. God fucking damn. Can you stop? Can you stop, game? Please. Please, game, can you stop doing that? Okay. Let's bring Nikita here. And then you can go. And we bring Batilde. There we go. I feel kinda bad that I haven't properly raised Batilde yet. Because at the time that she launched, I didn't really have much resources. AKA basic info cores. Boom. Now... Oh fuck. Where should I... Let's put her here. There we go. There's a setting to adjust text speeds, or just click logs faster. Click logs faster is a crazy... is a crazy advice. If only I had the FPS player reaction time. Oh, extra command. Yes, please. Now... Oh, this is the defense one. This is the offensive one. Yeah, why not? Oh my god. Yes, yes, stand together. All of you. Oh. What the? What are you doing here? I thought that's... Okay.
現行犯で逮捕する。
Okay.
逃げるの。
ここは通しませんよ。私がついています。
Don't question it yet. What do you mean don't question? What do you mean by that?
何ですか？
昇進？私がですか？
By the way, also, what is this thing? Enemy targets been sync styles chain. These 3 stacks of change better. Chamber. Area damage taken is reduced by 10%. It can be stacked to a maximum of 5 stacks. Remove 1 stack after taking target damage. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright. Sounds quite simple. Honestly. Time will tell. Okay, I'll try to keep quiet about it for now. I'll try to not question it. Just as Nikita and Batilde are about to be consumed by the malicious data, another data stream, obviously different from everything else, appears within level 2. It does not fight against the data woven at. Instead, it aims for the interface that connects the attackers to the database, severing the link between them. Oh. Okay. The alarms stop immediately. Nikita and Batilde receive a notification soon after, informing them about a location in great detail.
何か助かったようですね。さっき言ったリバが助けてくれたのですか？
いえ、彼女ではなさそうです。データ攻撃から助けてくれただけでなく、ルシエ部内の位置まで教えてくれました。敵か味方かまだ分かりませんが、
手がかりが欲しければそこに行くしかないということですか？
Inside a standard Mangi security workshop, while Batilde and Nikita converse, Akun watches the defeated attacking data commands on a screen with a slightly frown. Akun already knew that someone would try to investigate the additional mission that she issued and try to pinpoint her identity using that. She didn't expect is for a third party to intervene in electronic warfare. A rather skilled old hand at that.
この手口、今までのどの敵とも違う。
Akun talks to herself, somewhat confused.
まさか。いや、回収されたばかりでここまでできるものなの。
She recalls the clean, efficient offensive technique that felt faintly familiar to her. A flicker of disgust crosses her eyes.
私の癖を見抜いた上で似たような方法で反撃を加える。気に入らないわね。
Akun connects to Mangi Security's internal network once again. She changes her target, easily bypassing every clearance lock.
でもここまでよ。あなたはもう雲の糸に絡まれているんだから。
Akun sets an alluring trap within the Mangi security database. She has developed an indescribable sense of anticipation, for this unknown opponent. Lantine leads a squad to lock down Lonely's location, shortly after the attack on Mengi Security's database. His office door is brutally slammed open. Lantine's figure appears in the doorway. Behind her are members of Omen, the squad that she directly commands. Without a word, the squad members silently fan out from either side of Lantine, effortlessly blocking all exits. Their icy gazes lock onto each and every non-Omen individual within the office.
ガン首揃えて何の用だ
Lonely questions Lantine, clearly irritated.
うちは訳ありの人間が多いからな。ネズミがいても不思議じゃない。
Lantine walks up to Lonely and tosses a data tablet onto the table.
数分前、お前のアカウントによるデータセンターへの不正アクセスを検知した。
Oh. Oh. I think I understand what's happening here. I think. Oh, Lonely. Oh, Lonely, you're in for a bad day, huh?
当然、それを報告した結果、お前の身柄を確保するよう命令が出た。
I will have to say sorry to you in advance, Lonely, but you have to take the bullets on this one.
俺が不正アクセスだ
Lonely bulges his eyes wide, as if he just heard something ridiculous.
閲覧権限を持ってるんだそんなことして俺に何のメリットがある
私は事実を述べただけだ。侵入者は私のデータを閲覧し、改ざんを試みた。痕跡をたどった結果、それがお前のアカウントによるものだと判明した。
Oh no. Poor Lonely. Oh boy.
そもそも俺はログインすらしていない
私に言っても仕方ない。取り調べを受けてもらう。無実なら何も心配はいらないはずだ。お前も自分のアカウントで好き勝手やってるやつがいたら許せないだろ。連れて行け。
Lonely's protests appear futile under the silent, oppressive pressure of Omen squads. He is eventually escorted, quote-unquote, away by two Omen members on each side of him.
今に見てろ
Oh, what a bad day, huh, Lonely? What a day. After watching Lonely get taken away, Lantine makes her way to a well-hidden room where DP-12 awaits her.
情報助かった。で、本当の侵入者は誰だ？
おそらくトラ奏者のものです。
第三世代人形のコクーンだが、トラソーでは情報エージェントとしてうちとのパイプ役を担当している。お前と KSVK のコードが入れ替わったことを気づかれれば私は不利になる。
今さら上層部が KSVK ちゃんに注目するとは思いません。回収対象が DP-12 であった以上、彼らが本来狙っているのは私です。
いや、断定するのは早い。奴らの本当の目的はまだわからないが、一応 KSVK のリセットは中止させた。
ありがとうございます。
あくまで一時的にだ。ロレンが調査員を派遣した。もう時間がない。私の方もすぐに相当任務に取り掛かれと上から何度も催促されている。このタイミングで、しかもこれだけ焦っているんだ。ろくな仕事じゃないのは確かだ。
Lantine lets out a bitter chuckle.
もしかしたら相当大将は前みたいなパラデウスの拠点かもしれないな。
パラデウスが絡んでいると思っているのですか？
いや、ただ最悪の場合を想定しているだけだ。カラミティはそういう仕事を押し付けられがちだからな。
カラミティ、不名誉な名前ですね。それにどれだけ汚れ仕事をこなしても簡単に切り捨てられるかもしれないのですから。
私はお前が思っているほど悲観していない。そんな未来は私が許さない。
That's some impressive confidence right there.
相手の弱みを握って初めて交渉の土台に立てる。お互い情報の重要さは知っているはずだ。この仕事がパラデウスと関係あるのか、どんな情報を利用できるか、お前なら探れるだろう。
ええ、 KSVK ちゃんをかばってくれたのですから、それくらいは。
こういう面倒事は早く片付けるに越したことはない。あの指揮官のようになるのはごめんだからな。
Wow, okay. Throwing the commander in the middle of the conversation. For fuck's sake, Lantine, what is your problem? Seriously. Lantine changes the subject, lacing her voice with a hint of mockery.
10年で随分と落ちぶれたものだ。
What the fuck is your problem? No, seriously, what is wrong with you? What is your problem? What exactly happened? I don't understand this woman. I really don't.
リビウで爆発事件を起こすとはな。ホワイトエリアだぞ。ロレンが見て見ぬふりをするわけがない。
あなたも指揮官がそんなことするはずがないと分かっているはずです。
状況証拠的に濡れ衣を着せるには最適だ。
DP12's smile remains unchanged. Her gaze turns icy. Oh, she's angry.
今になってそのことを強調して脅すつもりですか？
英雄の末路を憐れんでいるだけだ。ああいう手合いは戦士こそふさわしい。お偉いさんのおもちゃなど哀れにも程がある。
Wow. Luckily for you, Lantine, the commander doesn't seem to have much interest in become another Paul for URNC's politics.
そういうあなたはどうですか？カラミティ隊もただの駒に過ぎません。
同列に語るの。
What the fuck is wrong with her?
私には打開策がある。あとは道具さえ揃えば。
道具ですか？私もあなたにとっては道具なのでしょうね。
Man, this cooperation is going so well between them. The ambience here, right? The atmosphere between the is just wow, it's so peaceful. It's so light. Definitely not tense at all. Definitely no pressure in the air right now. Definitely there isn't anything slowly boiling over.
利害の一致による協力は一番信用できる関係性だ。とはいえ、お前が裏切る可能性にも常に気を張る必要があるがな。
心外ですね。 KSVK ちゃんと子守歌の件で私としてはもう共犯者のつもりなのですが。
人形の忠誠心など当てにならん。第三世代人形でもな。前のブルースフィアが指揮を取ったタイム、最後は全滅だ。人形は道具。道具にあるのは役目だけだ。
それがあなたと指揮官の違いですね。
Yikes. I know, right?
協力するのですから少しは信頼してくれてもいいんですよ。
That's a high rate. It is. But honestly, I think that's just another daily routine for Paradios. 100% casualty rates? No biggie. No biggie. We still have seemingly infinite resources to make more Nitos or more soldiers that I have no idea where they come from.
慣れ慣れしくするな。
KSVK ちゃんを守るためには戦力が必要です。そしてこのマグニセキュリティにおいてあなたはただ一人信頼に足る相手です。あなたがいなければあの時私が KSVK ちゃんを助けて彼女がここから逃げ出すこともできませんでした。私を約束通り呼び起こしてはくれませんでしたが、まあその件については水に流しましょう。
くだらん。私は臆病者どもと違う。私を死地に向かわせたければそれ相応の代償が必要だ。保身で精一杯のトラソン、濡れ衣を着せる相手を襟好みできる余裕はない。
ご安心ください。データ偽造も情報操作もお手の物です。当局には一番都合のいいストーリーを用意します。ですのでそちらの誠意も見せていただけませんでしょうか。
KSVK は回収された。昔の問題を根本的に解決するためにリセットは免れない。私の方で一応阻止はしたが期待するの。
ええ、まずはあなたの行った場所に向かいます。リセットされようがされまいが必ず助けます。あの子のバックアップをあなたが握っている限り私は協力せざるを得ません。
コクーンには気をつけろ。
Lentine offers her final reminder.
奴の狙いはお前だ。
ご忠告感謝します。
任務完了。容疑者は全員逮捕します。
This alliance between them seems rather unstable, but it's going well so far. I just care about how long it will actually last. Because it seems like the moment that something more advantageous from Lantine's objectives, whatever the fuck they are, appears, she might backstab DP12 at any moment without thinking back. And that scares me and worries me a lot. What time is it? Hold on. Almost 10 p.m. 2-hour stream. Have you seen the flashbacks in this part? Flashbacks? You mean like I mean, I've been following the main stages. Are there some extra story just like was in Exilium in the sides stages? These ones? Maybe there is. Actually, I haven't bothered to check. I mean, I still have some time. I can try to check. Just a quick pick. Just a quick pick. Since I'm going to end soon anyway. Actually, I don't know if it's worth it. No, go back. I think it's better if I just follow the main storyline for now. Since the event is gonna end very soon and I am in a bit of a hurry if I want to read everything before it does. let's do one more stage, and then I'm going to end it for today. Yeah. Sounds like a good idea to me. HA16. After countless days of waiting, the moment of reunion finally arrives. Either stream every day or who knows. I mean, that's more like the plan, because I plan to stream GFL2 daily until I finish this event. Hopefully I'll be able to do. Worst case scenario, I'll have to do a massive stream on Wednesday, but should be fine. Possibly, should be fine. Matilde and Nikita's footsteps echo through the corridor. The mysterious location info is akin to a bullet with no source. Who knows where it could lead them? Yet, in their bid to find the Shivanaya's whereabouts, Matilde and Nikita chose to take the risk of following it, not knowing what kind of person had given them the coordinates.
ここは私が行きます。仮に見つかったとしても、あなたを巻き込まずに済みます。
マグニセキュリティの施設なら私の方が詳しい。私がいた方が安全です。
ありがとうございます。でも、もし見つかったら、
茨の道を共に歩いてくれる同志がいるだけで十分幸運と言えるでしょう。
In comparison to Lantine and Helen's cooperation, the cooperation between Matilde and Nikita seems much more peaceful. Don't you think? Man, they're working way better together. Not that Lantine and Helen aren't efficient, but it just seems a bit turbulent.
恐れるに足りません。
いや、そういう意味じゃ。
Matilde, at a loss for words, rushes to explain.
もし私とルシエブヌイさんのせいであなたの潜入が露見したら、一緒にここから撤退しましょう。私は戦術人形ではありませんが、一応タフな方です。時間稼ぎぐらいはできます。それにここに来る前はちゃんとメンタルバックアップを取っています。この素体もマグニのものです。だから私には構わないでください。
気遣い感謝します。そうならないよう気をつけます。
Their conversation comes to an abrupt halt upon reaching their destination. The coordinates had pointed them to a spacious room. Self-sacrifice is not a good mindset. Sadly, it seems to be a very prominent one among the dolls. Especially in that submarine base. What the fuck was the name of the event? No, it wasn't Point Care. Fuck, the one where we fought against Yegor in GFL1. That was a massive sacrifice that many dolls made, and we took various events for finally be able to recover from that. It might not be a good set, but god damn, they love to do it. The commander too, especially. Always trying to take the hit, and then when others try to help him, be it Kalina or other dolls, he pushes them away as a force to try to protect them. The room is filled with silence and stillness. Matilde and Nikita exchange a glance, then separate in tacit agreement. They meticulously search every inch of the room, looking for any and all traces that might lead them to the Shivanaya.
ここには何もありません。
私はあっちを探してみます。
Black. A faint methodical sound comes from outside the door, breaking the deadly silence within the room. What did you find? With her nerves taut, Bathilde reacts instantly. She lowers her center of gravity, preparing to rush towards the door. A hand grabs her wrist before she can do anything. Nikita shakes her head, then directs her gaze towards a half-opened metal cargo container that they had just searched. Rationally engaging the enemy would only ensure a swift end of their infiltration. Bathilde understood what Nikita meant. She uses reason to suppress her desire to fight. The two dolls then swiftly slip into the cramped cargo container before quietly closing the door. The crisp sound of high heels grows louder as it draws near. Each and every step seems to fit precisely into some sort of rhythm, clear and solitary. Sounds like only one person is approaching. The gap in the door is letting in a sliver of light, but it's not wide enough to help see the face of the person who arrived. The footsteps pass them by at an unhurried pace. Bathilde tenses her body again, ready to burst out of the container if the stranger makes a suspicious move.
やっぱりここなのね。
Okay. It's not Cocoon. It's not Cocoon. Alright. This is going to be well. This is going to go well. I believe. Hopefully. The unhurried yet clear footsteps suddenly come to an abrupt halt. Bathilde peers through the gap. You can only see a blurry figure standing before a workbench, not far away. A rather familiar-looking doll, framed, lies on the workbench, seemingly sound asleep.
あれはルシェーブナイさん。
Don't act rashly, please, Bathilde.
遅かったか。
The woman gently caresses the frame's face. You speak softly. Her voice treated with an almost imperceptible sign.
救いより先に敵は来るものよ。素体を解体してメンタルをリセットすれば、過去のあなたはどこにもいなくなる。
Bathilde clenches her fists inside the cramped container. She sees it. The Chevinaya's frame is right there, on the workbench. Bathilde, calm down. He wants to rush out to save her immediately, but Nikita pushes her down, slowly shaking her head. The visitor's footsteps come to a halt right next to the Chevinaya. Yet this silence feels far more terrifying than the continuous clacking of heels. The unknown threat hangs over them like an invisible, formless net, trapping them firmly, boiling them in anxiety every passing second.
このままリセットさせるわけにはいかない。どんなに危なくてもいますか。
Oh my god. But you know, you're just very lucky that the one there is Helen and not Cocoon. Otherwise, you'll probably be very screwed right now. If you decide to act rashly. The thought shot through Bathilde's neurocloud in an instant. She clenches her fists, about to push open the container door. The stalled footsteps suddenly resume, but this time they head straight for Bathilde and Nikita's container.
昔、星が見えなくなった夜に、帰り道はどこって聞いてきたわね。
The woman's voice carries an upward inflection, as though she were recalling an interesting memory.
私は帰り道も星空もそこにある。今はただかくれんぼしてるだけなのと答えた。
Her voice draws near. She's almost right outside the door.
だから捕まえて誰にも見つからない。例えばロッカーに隠すのはどうかしら。
Oh.
気づかれた。
Oh no, they are actually going to fight. God damn, her outfit is so tight, isn't it? I found you, you little rat. Are you going to come out, or will I have to drag you out? Who strikes first has the upper hand. No, but not always, not always. Can't be helped. Prepare for battle. Oh my god, they're actually going to fight. Oh no. Oh no. Wow. Well, at the very least, I can end this quickly. The brief clash ends with the blue-haired doll nimbly taking a few steps back, reflexively dodging Nikita and Batilde's attack. He stands under the light and offers them both a gentle smile. Are you sure that this confrontation didn't create any noise that will attract other people's attention?
おふざけが過ぎたようですね。
You killed her, listen. Listen. She's not going to actually die in the story, okay? You just don't think too much about it.
私たちは敵同士ではないと思いますが。
Lowering her head, the blue-haired doll looks at the face of the doll lying on the workbench. Her expression one of tender affection. The calm, gentle demeanor makes Nikita come to swift realization.
あなたは本当に DP12 ですか？
覚えてくれてたんですね。VSK94。はい。私のグリフィンでの名前は DP12。ですが今は本当の名前ヘレンとお呼びくださいな。
ヘレン、お久しぶりですね。
Oh man. Isn't it heartwarming every time you see the dolls reunite with all their companions? It's such a shame that the conditions right now are not very optimal.
DP12? あなたがルシェーブヌイさんの探していた？
あら、ルシェーブヌイ。そう、この子またこの名前を。
Helen's smile softens even more as she caresses Dushevinaya's sleeping face. She fixes her gaze on Batilde, tilting her head in curiosity.
あなたはこの子の新しいお友達ですか？
彼女はバチルダ、私たちの仲間です。あなたとルシェーブヌイを探すためにここに来ました。
Batilde shots the sleeping doll a glance before nodding stiffly.
こんにちは。ルシェーブヌイさんとは人形コミュニティの仲間です。彼女の様子は？
間に合いませんでした。 すでにメンタルをリセットされています。情報漏洩を防ぐためでしょう。
That only leave us with the backup that Lantine has. Which means that now Lantine has a massive advantage over the dolls, I think.
くそ、私のせいだ。私が戦術人形だったらルシエブヌイさんと一緒に連れてこられたのに。
マグニセキュリティの方からヌイちゃんに接近したのですか？
はい、ルシエブヌイさんとはイエローエリアで出会いましたが、その時から記憶を失っていました。ある日メンタルを整理してる最中に DP12 という名前を思い出したのです。しかしそれと同時に彼女の座標はマグニセキュリティへ送信されました。そして彼女のよく知っている声がマグニセキュリティ内で会うよう語りかけたようです。
おかしい。
Helen furrows her brow slightly.
グリフィン再編の際、私とヌイちゃんは一緒にマグニセキュリティに配属され、簡単な護衛任務を担当していました。あの子は頑張りすぎたせいで知ってはいけない情報を知ってしまい、財団から廃棄命令が出ました。私は識別コードを改ざんしてすでに廃棄されている記録をでっち上げました。本来ならマグニに追われることはないはずです。あの声は一体誰なのでしょう。マグニにいてヌイちゃんと縁のある人物は私しか。
正直私たちにも分かりません。ですがマグニが人をよこしたのは事実です。
だからあの子、何が何でも真実を確かめたくてここに来たのね。
Helen's eyelids lower slightly, as though she let out a quiet sigh.
やっとここから出られたのに、また自分から戻って。私を探しに来ると余計危険な目に遭ってしまうのに。
Oh my god, now that I think about it, I barely even realized. At this point, she essentially just got what she wanted. That being the knowing any information about the commander. Meeting both Batilda and Nikita here is the best thing that could happen to her at this point. She got everything that she wanted in her hands. There is a backup of the Shevinaya close to her. She got two people closely tied to the commander. Now she only needs to find a way to get the fuck out of here.
狙われているのはあなたの方かもしれません。トラ奏者はあなたのメンタルをリセットしようとしているようです。ルシエブヌイがマグニセキュリティに連れ戻されたのもそれが原因です。
ですが私は財団やマグニの情報を何も知りません。
あなたのメンタルにあなたですら知らない何かがあるのかもしれません。以前コロナホール計画のファイルであなたの資料を見ました。マグニの資料と違って計画に参加していたあなたの姿は今のあなたと同じです。
コロナホール計画とは？
私の権限では詳細を調べることができませんでした。ただあなたの名前は確かに計画のリストにありました。
わかりました。私の方で調べてみます。
私たちはどうすれば？ ルシエブヌイさんのメンタルは元通りになりますか？
Matilda points anxiously at the frame atop the workbench, which appears to be sound asleep.
バックアップはあるはずですが、それもマグニを抜け出す前のものです。
ならエルモ号に連れ戻すしかないですね。
Oh, here we go. Here we go. She's finally going to receive information about the commander.
ここに来る前に指揮官のところでバックアップを取りました。
Oh boy.
指揮官と一緒なのですか？
Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! Yes, yes! No, sorry. I shouldn't make too much noise. It's very late at night. Let's fucking go! Sorry. Sorry. I just... Ah, fuck, man. It just makes me so happy because she spent the last 10 years, right? Trying to find any clue of the commander, and now finally she gets something. The word commander is like a pebble cast into a calm lake, sending ripples and waves across Helen's calm neurospace. She had been searching for that name for far too long. She started using Lantine's clearance within Mangi's security the moment she started working with her, sifting through vast amount of intelligence on the regular. Yet she was never able to find any concrete information. Finally, finally they mentioned it. It honestly quite surprised me that they were talking with each other for such long and the commander not got brought up at any moment. But now, finally, they did it. But now, after years of searching, information about the person she had been seeking suddenly fell within reach. Gazing at the unfamiliar doll standing before her, Helen's heart floods with an inundation of tangled feelings. The sheer volume of information leaves her momentarily speechless. Her thoughts are instantly overrun with questions and worries about that individual. What is the commander thinking about? What is the commander's goal? An overwhelming number of questions start to surface from the depths of her neural clouds. Watching Helen sink into thought, Nikita gestures towards her comms equipment.
ボス、指揮官と通信しますか？
As much as I would love to, I don't think this is the best moment for that, Nikita. I think that would put your mission at risk, could compromise your position. Maybe.
いいんですか？でも今話せば迷惑に。
And she's very shaken by it.
指名手配中なのに連絡を取ったら敵に見つかる恐れがあります。
Helen suddenly becomes talkative. She keeps voicing her worries one after another, yet the light in her eyes only grows brighter. She's so happy. Oh my god, she's so happy. Man, I don't know exactly how to describe the feeling. My feelings right now. I guess I just happy for her. I guess I just happy for her. Although things are not over yet, obviously. Ah, man. Okay, continuing. It's a lot to process. It is. For her, at least.
足がつかない特殊な暗号化チャンネルがあります。相手が電子戦に特化していなければ問題ないはずですが。
そういえばさっき私たちを助けてくれたのはあなたですか？
ええ、誰なのかは知りませんでしたが、 敵の敵なら手を貸しても良いと判断しました。
Oh my gosh, she's so kind. Sorry.
敵だった場合も想定して、万が一の場合にはあなたたちを消す準備もしています。追跡から得た情報だと、相手はトラソウの人形、名前はコクーンと言います。
敵の正体が分かれば少なくとも対応が遅れることはないでしょう。ではボスとの通信をつなげます。
はい、お願いします。
While Nikita is working to set up the call, Alice simply stands still, lost in a daze. Her eyes lose focus while her hands suddenly clench into fists. Only when Nikita gestured for her to speak with the commander does she return from the swirling whirlpool of her thoughts. After a long, hesitant pause, Ellen finally builds up the courage to put the call through.
お久しぶりです。
Sorry, I shouldn't make noise. It's very late at night. I might bother my neighbors. Helen's voice wavers. She fights to keep it even, yet a subtle tremor in her voice slips through, revealing the cracks made from the years of buried longing in a restless heart. I need to screenshot this. I have a friend who likes Helen a lot. A lot.
ニキータが君とルシエブヌイの状況を教えてくれた。君を見つけられたんだ。ルシエブヌイとバチルダが潜入した甲斐があった。
指揮官は今どうされているのですか？グリーンエリアとホワイトエリアで指名手配されていますよね。
ああ、だからしばらくは財団の力が及ばないイエローエリアに滞在するつもりだ。今はどこか良さげな場所を探して拠点にしようと思っている。
拠点ですか？
The channel falls silent. Ellen casts her gaze down to the cold metal floor, tracing its crisscrossing lines as if an answer can be found within them. After a long silence, she opens her mouth. This time, her voice is soft and quiet.
指揮官は居場所を見つけることはできましたか？
My place of belonging is all with all the grieving members. My place of belonging is with the dolls. Helen. Whenever the dolls are, that is my home. Sorry. Continue.
ロレンにもかつてのグリフィンにも今の私の居場所はない。だからイエローエリアで根拠地を作りたいと思っていたが、未だ実現できていない。
Helen raises her head sharply, her eyes alight with fierce urgency. The following sentence costs her nearly all her courage.
それでは私が、いいえ、私も一緒にあなたの居場所を作らせてください。
Oh my god, Helen! Holy Helen! Helen, oh my god! Bold, very bold, very bold. I'm proud of you, Helen.
指揮官の帰りをただ待っていたことをずっと後悔していました。だからぬいちゃんにいつになったら私たちの居場所が見つかるのって聞かれた時、 これから私たちが作るのよと答えました。
This time, the silence lasts even longer. Not the silence of rejection, but a silence woven from surprise, wistfulness, and the emotion of a profoundly moved heart.
迷惑ですか？
いや、感傷に浸っていただけだ。
Oh my god, even the commander is... Wow, Helen, Jesus. My god, girl.
人間の重視する財産も地位も私たちにはどうでもいいことです。私たちを仲間だと思う人と一緒にいられれば、そこがもう居場所なのですから。
Finally, the voice from the other end of the call speaks again. This time, carrying hints of relief and imbued with a familiar.
ルシエブヌイが回復したらエルモ号に来ないか。
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's fucking go. Yes, yes, yeah, sorry. Sorry. Helen's stout shoulders finally slump in that very instant, as though an immense burden had finally been lifted.
そのお誘いを待っておりました。
Why does this feel like a declaration? I mean, it is in a sense, but like, why does this feel like a marriage proposal?
では、マチルダを離脱させよう。彼女たちの目的は君を探すことと、マグニセキュリティが人形コミュニティに手を出した理由を探ることだからな。半分達成できた。
残りは私も全力で協力します。
Man, her motivation must be going through the roof right now. Not that she wasn't motivated before, she did a lot, but right now, like, she has a clear goal and reward in sight.
マグニセキュリティに関する情報ならお任せください。
Man, now she's motivated. now she needs to. Now she feels like she needs to complete her mission no matter what. Everything that she wants is just within her reach.
頼んだ。今は時間がない。ルシエブヌイの救出を優先しよう。
Oh, sorry.
お気をつけて。エルモ号での再会を楽しみにしております。
Once the call ends, Helen brings a hand to her chest, as though she was fighting to hold back the torrent of emotions flooding her neural cloud. She finally calms down after a long while, offering a smile to Nikita and Mateus.
おかげでヌイちゃんの状況が分かりました。けれど、まだヌイちゃんの過去のバックアップを手に入れられてないので、ここから出るにはもう少し時間がかかりそうです。
Lowering her hands, Helen gently smooths out the Shevinaya's tangled hair.
それまでにヌイちゃんの組対を見張っておきます。マグニがあなたたちのコミュニティを襲った理由も今のうちに調べた方がいいでしょう。
はい、バレないように気をつけます。
あなたの組対は戦闘向きではないようですね。私の権限で組対交換を手配します。
いいんですか？お願いします。
いえいえ、マグニの保有する組対なので気に障らないといいのですが、交換後識別コードを改ざんしてあなたを任務に同行させます。 マグニは近頃戦力増強のために人形を大量に導入したばかりです。何かあればいつでも私に言ってください。ですがしばらくはデータセンターに侵入しない方がいいでしょう。情報戦は敵の方が一枚上手です。くれぐれも気をつけてください。
Man, that was such a nice one. I'm so glad that I decided to read that one stage before ending the stream. Oh my god. I'm so happy for her. I'm just so happy for her. Now he just needs to deal with that beach cocoon so he can finally everyone get what they want. Alright. Now she has a tactical frame. Now also, yeah, but to get a free tactical frame. Let's fucking go. Alright. I'm gonna end the stream today. I already streamed long enough. I need to have dinner and then I'm gonna stay awake until late at night because I want to finish a drawing by tomorrow. It's gonna be a long night. Tomorrow, I plan to stream again. I'm gonna schedule a stream, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to be able to start streaming on the scheduled time. I might start streaming early or later. I'm not sure. I can't really promise anything when it comes to schedule anyway. But yeah, this was the end of the stream. Thank you, Bonkers Quack. What? Bonker Quacks? For showing up on the stream. So, with everything said, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye. Actually, I need to pick this one up. Hold on. Pick this up. Bye, Bonker. Man, it's so nice that I read that. Fuck, man. Now I can sleep happy.